This is ArtsWestchester's Visual Art Workshop. Hi, I'm Richela Morgan, and I'm an ArtsWestchester teaching artist. In this video, we're going to learn how to make masks, not the kind that go over your mouth, but the kind that you wear for Halloween. And we're going to use paper plates and a pair of scissors. And if you have, maybe a couple of markers. Okay, let's get started. The basic idea behind a paper plate mask is to create it in layers. You will use at least 2 plates for one mask, and the more elaborate and detailed the mask, the more paper plates you'll use. Start off by folding one paper plate in half horizontally from left to right, and then unfold it. Almost all paper plates have an inner circle, which you will use as a measuring guide. The eyes and nose of any mask that you make will always fit inside this circle. Everything outside of it is the decorative part of the mask. I will demonstrate this by making a bird mask. The first paper plate is the base mask. I only draw on one side of the plate. I draw the beak, the bottom edge of the mask, and the bottom part of the eye. As noted before, the beak and the eye stay inside the inner circle. I refold the plate and cut off the piece below the beak and the bottom portion of the mask. To cut the bottom of the eye, I cut directly into the folded side of the plate. Then I unfold it and place a piece of tape over that cut. The reason for only cutting the bottom part of the eye is that you could fold up the piece to create eyelids. I refold my base mask and draw feathers along the top edge. Then I cut along the pencil lines and discard the excess pieces. For the second layer, I fold another paper plate in half. I place the base mask on top and trace the bottom of the mask and the bottom of the eye. I remove the base mask and continue drawing the bottom edge of the mask and the top of the eye. I cut off the portion of the plate below the bottom edge of the mask. I'll use that extra piece of the plate later on, so I'll set it aside. To cut out the eye, I cut directly into the folded side of the plate. Then I unfold it and place a piece of tape over that cut. I want to add feathers to the second layer, so I fold it in half and place the folded base mask on top, and draw feathers on the second layer in between the feathers of the base mask. I remove the base mask and finish drawing the feathers on the second layer. I cut out the feathers and discard the excess pieces. It's time to start coloring in my mask. I use a dark blue marker for the feathers of the base mask. I color everything in except the eyelids and the beak. I use a brown marker for the beak. I use a black marker for the inside and the outside of the eyelids. For the second layer, I use orange and green. At this point, my mask is finished, but I feel like I could do a little bit more with it. So I fold the base mask in half and start cutting slits into the feathers. I gently pull the slits apart to give the feathers a little bit more volume. I cut slits at an angle into the eyelids to create eyelashes. I take the second layer, fold it in half, and cut slits at an angle into the feathers. I glue the second layer onto the base. Then I add a little bit more detail to the feathers with a black marker. The cutting of the slits and the black marker details are all extras, showing the versatility of making a mask out of paper plates. The truth is, you could do more. Let's take a look at adding a third layer. I traced the bottom edge and the eye holes from the other two layers onto a third paper plate, and also drew some feathers. Then I cut everything out: the feathers, the eye hole, and the bottom edge of the mask. I taped the slit between the eye holes. Then used a green marker to color everything in. I used a black marker to add a little bit more detail. Then I glued the third layer on. And if you want to get crazy, we can add a fourth layer by using the discarded piece from the second layer. I refold this piece and draw feathers connected at the base along the folded edge. I cut out the feathers and discard the extra pieces. I unfold it and use a yellow marker to color it in. I refold it and cut slits into the feathers at an angle. When I am done, I add some detail in black marker, then glue it to the top of my mask. So we've created a bird mask in 4 layers and with several colors, but you could still keep it simple. This bird mask only uses 3 layers, and the feathers are a solid yellow color. This black mask is only 2 layers, and I didn't cut slits into the feathers. And this last mask doesn't really use much color except for the beak and the eyelashes. I think my favorite mask, all the ones that we made today, is this one. What do you think? Anyway, I hope you had fun and are inspired to make a mask. See you next time. Thanks for joining me for ArtsWestchester's Visual Art Workshops. If you like this video, visit www.artw.org